So here we go, guys. The dev has been updated yet again, of course, and we have some new additions, and the game is still not ready. There are vehicles missing that I think will come. No confirmation, but still. And there are vehicles that are not ready yet. But there are some interesting things, like, for example, the Japanese Type 74 Red Star, the new premium pack vehicle for the Japanese, which is basically like an aggressor Type 74, I would imagine, right? But it is the same as some of the other Type 74s that we have. So you can take the APDS, the hash, and of course the heat FS, laser rangefinder, and that's kind of it. So it is going to be a pack vehicle. I don't know what is going to be the price of this thing, and I'm pretty sure this is not going to be on pre-order. If it was, it probably would already be here, I think, because the patch should be coming like very soon, right? But yeah, so normal night visions, as you see. Jesus Christ, that's a big explosion. Holy mother. That was a big explosion, man. But yeah, so yeah, it's basically a Type 74, right? Nothing that I need to even talk about this like too much, because it is a normal Type 74. It's not too modern. And Jesus Christ, there is a lot of wind over here. But yeah, the armor, everything is pretty much the same as the normal Type 74s. It's just that, of course, it is a premium pack, as you see here, 8.3. So I would assume that it's similar to these types of Type 74 here. Not too much of these, because these have the APFSDS, of course, right? This 735. So yeah, a new Type 74 there for you to grind Japan, which is interesting because we already have one, but okay. Another thing is that the VT5 is almost ready. Not really ready, but it is almost ready. So the things are starting to look better now. So for example, the 105 is here. You know, the internal modules are getting added slowly, but surely, of course. The engine, guys, I don't know where does the 1000 horsepower comes from, but yeah, according to most sources, it is 650 kilowatts, which is around 871 horsepower, and then 884 you know, steam powered, or whatever it's called. We call it the CV here in Brazil. It's the normal, you know, usage. I think the Germans use those as well, but yeah, then it would be that. So might be slightly overpowered, actually, this engine, like with, I don't know, just a different, you know, measurement unit. But anyway, but now the tank is getting ready, you know, it's getting ready. It's not ready yet, but it is getting ready. The tank, the mobility of the tank is better. The cannon is almost ready, so everything is being worked on, right? And yeah, let me just show to you guys the mobility of the tank as well. So yeah, as you see, like for example, like this is weird, right? So there are some still bugs. The ammunition, the only ammunition that we have is still the heat, which is kind of weird. But yeah, the mobility is pretty alright. I mean, it's very similar to yesterday, but the reverse gear is much better. The reverse gear yesterday was really bad. Like, it was a Russian type reverse gear. Now you have 33 kilometers per hour of a reverse speed. So it is getting ready, and it feels like it is going to be a very cool light tank. Not armored, of course, but it is still pretty interesting. We have a buff for your beloved F-18s, guys. So the C model late, or the Finnish C model, they now have 120 countermeasures. Yes, they have more countermeasures, which is pretty cool, right? So yeah, the Finnish C variant and the late model C variant of the Americans now have 120 countermeasures, which is great. You really needed that, and it is just amazing. Really, really is good. Like, it's twice as much as before. I mean, it's just much, much better for top tier. I mean, this will save the aircraft, basically. So there is a massive nerf to the SU-30, but before we get to that massive nerf, or it's not massive, but it's a nerf, okay? I gotta talk about this weird bug over here, that you basically can fire R77-1s into a tank if you lock them with the radar But then, since it doesn't have like a proper return from the radar scope, you cannot actually kill the tank. It's the weirdest thing ever. You can literally shoot like it doesn't make any sense. You can shoot an air-to-air missile onto a tank. You just gotta get the lock with the with the radar there, with the ground modes of the radar. But then let's talk about one of the main changes that we had, which is basically a kind of a nerf to the SU-30. So now I think the SU-30 has the proper weight to it. So the aircraft feels more sluggish, and the thrust vectoring, like, it's just a little bit different, okay? So it's hard to really show to you guys. It's more of a feeling kind of situation. It just, like, look at this. It takes more time to do the co-bit. It takes more time to do these maneuvers, and to accelerate, I think it's the same, but to do the other maneuvers, it just takes a little bit more time, and it's a little bit more sluggish, basically, right? So it can still do it, as you see. It's not like like I said, I mean, it feels like a nerf because the aircraft is a little bit more sluggish, but at the end of the day, it is still doing the same maneuvers. I mean, literally, it is still doing the same maneuvers, right? So it is, you know, it can still do this, for example. It can still, like, do the SpaceX, rocket thing and recover from it if you want to. If I have this space over here. I do. So, yeah, it is still the same good old aircraft, but at the same time, that is a rocket launch. Oh my god, I'm gonna die. Oh my god, yeah. Ah, I died. I killed the enemy. So it can still do these maneuvers. It's just that it feels a little bit more sluggish. The aircraft takes a little bit more time to do these maneuvers, and you can still do them, but you have to think a little bit about them a little bit more, kinda. Okay, so yeah. Let's wait and see the data mines, to see what exactly happened. But I'm pretty sure it's just extra weight, and it's not by much, okay? It's like 200 kilos or something. I have to check. We're gonna wait for the data mines. But indeed, it is kind of a nerf, of course, because it is extra weight. But the thrust vectoring just, it feels a lot more smooth, basically, right? The aircraft can do some weird things, and I think I'm gonna die. Oh. Yeah, but yeah, anyway, so you're basically controlling it. Just checked what people are saying, and it's basically that it has 400 kilos more, but 200 kilos less in fuel, and basically the AOA limiters, they're the same, but the thing is, it is just more smooth, so it's doing the same maneuvers, but in a slower way, I think. It's just a little bit more controllable. To be honest, it will probably be better for the average player. A weird thing that they are working on the J11 is that yeah, look at this. I mean, these pods and everything, it's kind of bugged. It's not really ready yet. It doesn't have anything that we were expecting for now. So yeah, for sure we are not ready for the patch release yet, I think. If it continues to be like this tomorrow, I wouldn't be surprised if they open another dev server, or if they continue with the dev server open and just keep updating it, and push the update a little bit more, maybe, or something, because there is a lot of these in this update, and normally when that happens, it means that it's gonna take a little bit more time. The last thing that I wanted to talk about is that they kind of did an update on the RAFALE, for example. So there are other aircraft that I tested, and none of them can do this. Only the Eurofighter and the RAFALE for now, I think, if I'm not mistaken. I tested with multiple aircraft, and basically now, guys, we have the automatic. I need to spawn in the bed, like in a better way over here. But basically now, the RAFALE also has the the automatic choice of countermeasures to deploy, right? So I've tested this yesterday with the Eurofighter, but it wasn't working with the RAFALE, I think, and now it is. So only with the RAFALE. I tested with multiple other aircraft that I have this. And how do you know this is working? Well, you basically go to this test and you wait for the ADATs to shoot. Since it doesn't have like a radar signature of the missile, the aircraft will think that it is an IR missile. It's not, it's a SACLOS, but it will think that it's an IR missile, and it will only deploy flares. While in an aircraft that doesn't have this, it will deploy everything. Okay, so let's wait and see. Where is the missile launch? Hold up. Yeah, see? It's only deploying flare, which means that it is working. So the Eurofighter and the RAFALE have this system that they will apparently choose what is the best type of countermeasure to deploy to the aircraft. I tested with the Mirage, I tested with many other aircraft. None of them is working. Only, I think, the Eurofighter and the RAFALE, okay? And basically this is it, guys. So it's not a lot. I will be covering more stuff if it gets released or discovered. And of course, I want to test some other things today with the PL8 and some other things, but let me know in the comments what you want to see in the dev server while it is still opened, okay? I see you guys on the next one. Make sure to subscribe. We are almost at 50,000 subscribers, guys, so thank you for all the support. Make sure to subscribe to help us get there. Of course, it will take a little bit more time than I thought on the special video being released because of the update, but I will be releasing a special video for the 50K, okay? It just might take a little bit more time because of the update itself, okay? I see you guys on the next one. Make sure to subscribe, and bye.